Carlos Alcaraz's withdrawal before playing in Rotterdam. The Spanish tennis player had an issue upon arriving in Rotterdam that he could have avoided, although his decision has received widespread praise. Carlos Alcaraz returns to competition this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. against Dutch player Botic van de Zandschulp, who was his executioner in the last US Open and also defeated Nadal in the Davis Cup finals in Malaga. The Spanish tennis player returns after suffering his first major setback of the season. Losing in the Australian Open was not just another defeat, as his main goal this year was to complete the Grand Slam with the only major he was missing, but he didn't even reach the semi-finals. That's why Alcaraz arrives with double the motivation for revenge. However, he is also aware of the challenge ahead. I will try to enjoy my first match in Rotterdam. The crowd will probably be against me, but I will try to enjoy and give my best. It will be difficult and a tough match, but I am here to take on the challenge and try to move forward, the Spaniard admitted before the tournament, describing Van de Zandschulp as a very tough player. All eyes are on him, and during his first days in the Netherlands, he has had to address his rivalry with Sinner and a showdown with Djokovic that has caused his last two major frustrations. But he has also made headlines for another reason. The player from El Palmar encountered an issue upon arriving in Rotterdam, leaving him stranded at the airport for quite some time. Carlos Alcaraz rejected taking a private jet. Because of this, another piece of news emerged that caught a lot of attention, one that could have helped him avoid the problem. Carlos Alcaraz reportedly declined to take a private jet that had been offered to him for travel and instead took a regular commercial flight, which took time to unload the luggage. This decision is not new, and according to Manuel Sanchez, the London correspondent for the AFA agency, Carlos Alcaraz had previously rejected an offer to have a private jet for tournament travel, something that many athletes of his level have and that he has declined for now. This move has earned the approval of his mentor, Juan Carlos Ferrer, and tennis fans alike. The Spanish tennis player is known for his humility and down-to-earth personality, and this decision only reinforces that image. It is another reason why, at this moment, his popularity is far above that of other top players on the circuit, including Jannik Sinner, whose on-court success does not translate into the same fan affection that Alcaraz enjoys. Rotterdam, a new challenge for Alcaraz. He had never been to Rotterdam before. The city, known as the Manhattan of the Muse, is a new stop for Carlos Alcaraz as he reshapes his calendar, modifying it compared to last year. The Spaniard is the favorite to win an ATP 500 tournament he has never played in. The absence of Jannik Sinner, who is resting after his titanic effort to win his third major, increases the chances for the player from El Palmar. However, any lapse in focus could be fatal. And the first test comes soon in the opening round against an opponent who brings back unpleasant memories. It was August 30th. The night shadows had already fallen over the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Flushing Meadows. Alcaraz had lived through a horror movie in the first set against Botic van de Zandschulp, 6-1. The nightmare continued in the second. And with no margin for error, drained of confidence, completely unrecognizable, he ended up losing. It was the second round. A humiliating defeat that shattered all his US Open dreams and sent him into deep reflection. Carlitos has been warned. The Dutchman has made a habit of frustrating Spanish tennis players. He also appeared in Rafael Nadal's path and helped eliminate Spain in the last Davis Cup. Yes, he is a very tough player. I've played against him several times, and the last time I lost in straight sets. Now I will play in his home country, with the local crowd. I will try to enjoy my first match in Rotterdam. The crowd will probably be against me, but I will try to enjoy and give my best. It will be difficult and a tough match, but I am here to take on the challenge and try to move forward, said the Mercian, who arrived in the Netherlands with a cold. The New York precedent is the only negative one for Alcaraz. There are two previous encounters that ended well for him, without even conceding a set to the Dutchman. In the 2021 Australian Open, 6-1, 6-4, 6-4, and in Basel, 6-4, 6-2. Spain moves on without Carlos Alcaraz. The team led by David Ferrer passed their first Davis Cup qualifier with flying colors, despite Alcaraz opting out to avoid overloading his schedule. After the failure in Martin Carpena last November in the 2024 Davis Cup finals, which included Rafa Nadal's farewell, Spain had to start from scratch in their quest for the trophy. And they passed the first round with an outstanding performance. David Ferrer faced the significant challenge of losing Carlos Alcaraz due to the calendar, as the match was scheduled between the Australian Open, where he had hoped to go beyond the quarterfinals, and the ATP Rotterdam tournament. Despite missing their top player, Spain secured a dominant 3-1 victory. Pedro Martinez and Jaume Munar sealed the qualification with a doubles win, achieving a perfect 3-0 record, while Martin Landalus lost the final match against Remy Bertola. Thanks to this success, with relatively inexperienced players in the competition, nobody has missed Alcaraz, either on or off the court. I feel very satisfied right now. At the beginning of the week, none of us thought this tie would be decided in the doubles match on Sunday, so I couldn't be happier with the final result. We won the first 3 matches, which is very special. In the end, we avoided going through more stressful moments on Sunday. The level was good, we played great doubles, and it helped Spain secure the victory, highlighted Pedro Martinez. Meanwhile, Jaume Munar also shared his experience. This moment is very special, both for the team and for me personally. With Roberto Carbiez, for example, I have shared many moments in my career, but especially with Pedro Martinez, with whom I played in the U12, U14, and later won the Junior Davis Cup. Then we continued in U16 tournaments, most U18s, so we have practically been together since we started playing tennis. This is like closing the circle because we have played in Grand Slams and the Olympics together, so it's amazing. Lastly, Captain David Ferrer praised his players and refused to think about the next round, which will take place in September, where he cannot yet confirm whether Carlos Alcaraz will participate. This was my first away tie as captain, and we won. Against all odds, things turned out better than expected. Denmark in September? I don't know, honestly. We just finished this tie, and I want to enjoy this a bit more. We'll see things more clearly when September comes. What makes Ferrer happiest is the chemistry within the group. The friendship between players helps a lot. Having a good team atmosphere is fundamental. My experience tells me that to win the Davis Cup, or at least compete at the top, you need not only good players but also strong team spirit. That always multiplies your chances. Ferrer firmly believes that talent alone is not enough to achieve success in a team competition like the Davis Cup. The camaraderie, mutual trust, and collective effort are just as crucial as technical skills or physical preparation. He has witnessed firsthand how a united team can overcome adversity, push through difficult moments, and achieve extraordinary results. A positive environment fosters resilience, motivation, and a sense of belonging that drives each player to give their best for the team. Beyond the victories, Ferrer values the bonds formed between teammates, as these relationships can last a lifetime. When players support and understand each other, they create a synergy that elevates the entire squad. He emphasizes that tennis, although an individual sport for most of the season, becomes something entirely different in Davis Cup. The emotional component, the shared goals, and the responsibility of representing a nation make the tournament unique. This is why he prioritizes building a cohesive, motivated, and passionate team that fights together for every point, knowing that unity can often be the deciding factor between success and failure. If you enjoyed this video, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because here at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We provide in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and experience the excitement of tournaments with us. Additionally, at Tennis Zone, we strive to bring you updated, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the world of tennis.